Hi guys, welcome back to the Daily Dreamer. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me today for a dream. I'm super excited to discuss this dream that I have because I have so many notes on this one. Look at this. It's just crazy. Wait. You gotta forget. Yeah, see, got all kinds of things to discuss with you today. So let's discuss this one dream. I told you yesterday I was having all these dreams with symbols, so we're going to discuss one of those dreams because the meditation that I came up on, it was just fun. Okay, so I wake up and I come to. It appears that, wait a minute, I got to get to the dream. Here we go. Because these are like the day before, in between naps. Okay, lots of dreams here. That's what it says, lots of dreams. This last one in particular, though, I'm in a world, I'm going to a school, and it was with special children. I know on earth here that means something, not so positive, but apparently there it's all positive. So good. I'm glad I'm special. Anyways, the school for this special children or special people was very odd looking. I was a bit worried, it said, because this place was very difficult to get to. I didn't want to drive there because there was a broken bridge, but you could still navigate through it. But it had a very sharp, crazy roundabout turn. And I remember this because the actual bridge itself was broken, but they built this a round small bypass, I guess, to go over where you needed to go. But the bypass was like 2x4s nailed together. So how are you supposed to cross this bridge? No, thank you. I'm not one for heights, let alone broken heights. Anyway, so I was really worried. But this one nice girl said that I could go ahead and follow her back to and from on the rides as she was used to it. She came to where I was. She took my hand and then she guided me over there. I looked into a house when I finally got across, and I saw all the kids carrying on, doing their thing. Well, I figured out how to get a ride back. She said, never mind the ride back. Enjoy it while you're here. So as I go into the building, I am greeted with a bunch of symbols. Some of these symbols, let me see, I drew some of them. I have no idea what these symbols are, but I drew some of them and let's see. Okay, look. I don't know if you can see that. But look at these symbols that I'm getting. Okay. Now, I am not an artist by any means. I even had one that was a cookie. It was a cookie and it had, let me see if I can find it here. It had symbols coming up at the top and at the bottom, and they converged together somehow. I'm not really an artist, so it doesn't really kind of show you. But anyways, some of these have, wait a minute, I can see, there we go. That might help you. Okay, I got some of this going on here. So if any of you guys know what this is, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I mean, this would be lovely. Anyway, so at that point, I'm enjoying all these lovely symbols, and I'm wondering what they are about. And as I look around, I see that these kids are all so different and unique. I mean, we're talking all the way from their abilities to their color, their facial structures. I'm noticing that every one of these are different. And then I'm thinking, well, am I the only one that looks like me from where I'm from? Are there others like me? I don't know. What happened at that point, I have no clue, because after all those symbols and me looking around at everything, taking everything in, I don't know how long I was there, but I was whisked back to consciousness. So guys, what on earth does that dream mean? Let's go find out, shall we? Okay, guys, so what on earth does that dream mean? I'll tell you, when I first went to go meditate upon it, I'm seeing these symbols, I'm focusing on the kids, and then it dawned on me, that bridge, that broken bridge, that bridge that I had to actually think how to get there. The bridge, to me, was more of a symbol of where it was I was going, or maybe even so much where I came from, which was exciting because I got this feeling of, oh, that's what I'm supposed to contemplate on. And the reason is because it happens to be a very special birthday for someone. Anyways, and so it was exciting to see that maybe they were trying to give me some hints in regards to where I may have originally came from. So let's take a look at this, shall we? Okay, so some people say that we come from Adam and Eve, right? Okay, so we just came from like one, set of people, right? But if that was the case, how does that actually get away with explaining any of the genetic differences that we have here as individuals? That doesn't make sense to me. Some people say that we came from Noah, right? That he and his family were the only survivors of that great flood. But if that were the case, do you honestly think that he took the time to round up 2 of every animal and 2 of every ethnicity in this world as well? I mean, really, that would have been one huge, gigantic boat if that was the case, to be able to accommodate for 2 of every person and 2 of every animal. I mean, at that point, forget the boat sailing on the waters. It seems to me like the water would end up having to go around the boat because it would be that big, Does any of this seem highly unlikely to you? I mean, it does to me. There's even another theory. Some say that we were actually created by an alien race that came down here to take our DNA and modified it to be like a slave race. They say it was the Anunnaki who came here and created a slave race for their benefit. But if we entertain that theory, okay, it doesn't make sense to me, because why then do they go through all the trouble to create so much diversity and ethnicity, amongst us? I mean, what, did they just get bored or something? They just started deviating? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if you have an idea or a theory, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. But okay, if any of that seems highly unlikely to you, let's just take a moment and for just a second, entertain yet another possibility that might make a bit more sense to you. All right. What if we were by chance seeded here from various star nations? I mean, that would explain all the genetic and diversity that we have here. It would also actually cover the reason for the differences in our blood types. I mean, we have Rh negative, we have Rh positive, we have A, B, AB, O. Heck, there might even be more if we actually really dug. But that would explain that, correct? If we were from various star nations. Perhaps some star nations have people that have predominantly red hair with freckles, or maybe some have dark-skinned inhabitants. What if there really was a planet out there that had orange people on it? I mean, it's possible, right? If you can believe the Adam and Eve story or the Noah story, you can certainly believe that one. I mean, maybe it is possible that the Pleiadians do have all blonde hair and blue eyes. I mean, that would explain the differences and all that we have down here. Perhaps if we actually took a moment and we looked at ourselves differently for just a moment, what if we actually saw this planet as being inhabited by various star nations and various star systems versus the segregating ourselves from one another? What if we just looked at it as though we were all one from various star nations? I know we're in a battle right now because we are segregating ourselves further and further, dividing ourselves. It doesn't seem like we're understanding what unity is about, but that's just what the mainstream wants you to know. Well, actually, unity is happening everywhere. But what if we actually saw ourselves as one, right? Versus the segregating of, all the way down through patriotism, socialism, communism, prejudices, nationalities. What if that was the case? Is it absolutely plausible that this planet is one big, gigantic, galactic experiment to see how all of these various star nations could actually get along if they were brought here together to interact. Is that possible? What you are has a lot to do with the day, the date, and the time that you were incarnated here on Earth. All of that is due to specific planetary starseed alignments at the time of your birth. Because of the specific planetary positions, I cannot speak, I've not had my coffee today, but because of these specific planetary positions in these houses that we have, that actually tells you the specific type of destiny, if you will, that you've chosen for this life. That's exciting. It can actually also tell you a little bit about your starseed lineage. I found a really cool free link to a birth chart, and I'm going to include that in the description. You should click on it, enter in your information. If you know the time of date of your birth, awesome. It can get even more specific. If not, they'll do like a sunrise chart for you and break it down that way. But it's really exciting because you can learn so much about yourself, and I'll include it down in the description below. Let me know what you think, all right? If a person, for example, has numerous planetary birth alignments within a certain degree, it actually determines where you may be from. For example, say your rising sign is between the 25th and 27th degree, it's more plausible that you are going to be from the Pleiadian origin. Okay, so let me break this down, see if this helps. These degrees tell you if you may have a Zeta lineage, an Orion lineage, a Sirian lineage. There's Arcturus, there is Apollonia, there's Andromeda. Andromeda, I can never say that. There are Vegas. There's all kinds of different lineages, and these degrees actually break it down for you. But you got to really dig to find the degrees. Like I had to break it down. Once I found out that my rising sun was in Cancer at 18.49 degrees, I had to actually go digging for the degrees in Cancer as a sun sign. And then it broke it down. I learned that my degree at 18.49 was the degree of forethought. Okay, degree of forethought. How I was able to kind of trace mine a little bit back, and I don't even know if it's right, was that it appears that the Pleiadians are more of a forethought kind of race because of the fact that they want to help elevate humanity to that ascension. And it seems like it kind of connects with me. So I don't know. Maybe I'm guessing there. But anyways, you could break it down that way. And if you find a chart that breaks down the degrees in their specific signs, please leave me a comment. I would love to see. But anyways, once you know the lineage, that might actually help tell you what your soul is even more further about as you explore yourself and what your true meaning is here down here while you're here. Okay, so anyway, so I came across this lovely birth chart, and it breaks it all down for you. All right, so take a look here. I've got everything. I've got the whole. I mean, it just broke it down nicely. My birth chart. The birth chart shows the positions of the planets for me. The planets in the signs. The position of the planets in the signs of the zodiac have an influence on the character and the individual. So I learned that my sun sign is in Cancer at 18.49 degrees. Now, what I learned about the sun sign, the moon sign, and your ascendant sign, which is very important, is that if your sun sign, wait a minute. Let me see if I have it here. Here we go. All right, the sun sign. The sun sign is what you are learning to develop. It describes the center of your personality. It is what motivates you. It is what drives you into who you are learning to become. All right. Mine happens to be in Cancer, which we all know is just feelings all day long, right? We are definitely all about that. Anyways, okay. The 18.49 degree, like I said, degree of forethought was one of consideration. Okay, so then I learned that the moon sign is telling you who you already are. So while the sun sign is what you want to learn, in this life and what you are learning to become. The moon sign is who you already are. Okay. And mine happens to be in Pisces, yet another emotional sign, if you will. I'm very emotional. I'll tell you, I'm very full of feeling. Okay, now the ascendant sign. I found out that your ascendant sign, and this was even better. The ascendant sign represents what you are projecting out there into the world and how others actually see you, right? The ascendant sign is the actual style that you're going to go about through this life to find out what it is that you want to know. So it's the way that you're doing it, which is really cool. Mine happens to be in Scorpio. And I'm just going to read you just a couple of basic key traits on this because it was so funny. I had to laugh. It described me. All right. We all know that the Cancers are full of... You got to bear with me, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, they even give you a little chart. This is great. You're not going to be able to see this way. Okay, see? They even broke down my chart for me. That was just amazing. I'm super excited about that. All right, here we go. Just read you a couple things because you're going to laugh. Especially if you actually know me, then you're really going to laugh. The problem is I got all these papers. Oh, maybe not. All right. Oh, God. I didn't even get a chance to read because I was so excited to come in here and do this for you guys. Oh, here we go. All right. Haha. Okay. All right. Keywords for Cancer: nurturing, enclosing, protecting, intuition. Functional expression. I love this. Sensitive, emotional intelligence, nurturing, psychic, family-oriented, empathetic, reliable. Right? Okay. As with all good, you got to get the bad, right? So here's the dysfunctional expressions. Hypersensitive, overly emotional. Oh my God, that's so true. Fearful, overprotective. Oh, that's so true. And smothering. All right, emotionally active, born with the sun in Cancer, unlikely to be motivated by the urge to establish emotional connectedness with others. Imagine that. And then I want to take action to nourish, support, and protect them. So come on, y'all. Just come under my umbrella. Let me just go ahead and take care of you. All right, we're water signs, so we're concerned with emotions and imaginations. That's me. Okay, let's move on. So my moon sign, that was my sun sign. That is what I am, I guess, hoping to learn in this lifetime. I think I've learned it, but I'm sure there's always more. Anyways, okay, moon sign, what I am already, Pisces. All right, this is funny. When the moon is found in Pisces, the emotions are likely to be even more pronounced. Great. Now I'm just psychotic, crazy, and emotional. Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac and it has much to do with sensitivity to oneself and to others, to other people, and the mysterious unseen forces that shape our world. That's me. All right. So it goes on and says, highly impressionable individual. Oh, God. Strongly influenced by the compassionate, creative, imaginative, romantic, and idealistic aspect of life. Oh my goodness gracious. See how detailed they get? Because this is me. Wait, it gets better. Okay, so the ascendant sign. It's how I'm going to go about learning these lessons, right? So for me, my ascendant sign was in Scorpio. You'll love this. I'm likely to experience life as a constant series of obstacles and crises in which I want to learn about the nature of power through transformation. Really? But it's so true because it seems like everything I go through has got to be some sort of obstacle. And I always have to just thank the world and just go, my God, I love these lessons, but chill. Okay, but apparently it's what I called for. Okay, so while it may seem challenging, once understood in terms of a life lesson, you have the potential to be an inspirational, catalytic individual. Yay me, I've got 18 subscribers. There's catalytic for you people. All right, strength and insight gives you the ability to change your own life. Oh, my husband better not watch this one. And help others overcome whatever is holding them back. Anyways, all right. So guys, there's just so much you can learn about where you may come from or where your lineage starts, or if you're just curious about who you are, you could truly do some digging and find out where you may possibly find your lineage come from, and that might help solve things for you. Guys, I'm telling you, I mean, there are so many different people that you have been, and lessons that you have learned, in helping you wake up to who you may very well be. This is exciting. You should take a moment and do this birth chart, because you can learn definitely a lot about yourself. I mean, there are many soul groups that include literally millions of people for you. You've had different experiences in your life, and this. You've had multiple births. So have I. And it may actually help you realize that in waking up, what the next step is for you on a conscious level. I mean, you may be one of a Zeta lineage, Orion. I mean, which one are you? I think I'm Pleiadian or Lyrian. I don't know. I'm going to dig further on that. Anyways, guys, till next stream, thank you so much for joining me, and many blessings to you.